Bonjour à toutes, bonjour à tous. Bienvenue pour un numéro spécial. Là, vous allez entendre une conférence call très spéciale, donc tout en anglais. C'est un anglais que vous pourrez comprendre si vous êtes habitué à cette langue, la langue Shakespeare. Sinon, vous aurez une retranscription qui vous sera communiquée donc par les intermédiaires de Facebook, Twitter, forum Wrestle. Que c'est Sébastien de l'équipe qui est notre spécialiste TNA, qui a eu l'honneur de participer à donc cette conference call avec les Wolves, les champions par équipe à TNA, Davey Richards et Eddie Edwards. Donc, il donnait une conférence, c'était mercredi soir, à l'occasion de la sortie ce vendredi soir du pay-per-view One and Only Joker's Wildcard 2 qui avait lieu en Angleterre. Voilà pour les petits détails. Et bonne écoute et n'hésitez pas à suivre au fur et à mesure à la retranscription si vous voulez pas être perdu, on sait jamais. Voilà. Merci et n'hésitez pas à réagir surtout. Voilà.
Hello and welcome to the TNA One Night Only Joker's Wild 2 pay-per-view conference call. I will begin with a brief overview of the pay-per-view and then we will open the lines up for questions for our special guests, the Wolves, Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards. Talent for this pay-per-view include the Wolves, Gunner, Samoa Joe, Magnus, Rockstar Spud, Bully Ray, Eric Young, EC3, Gail Kim, and many more. TNA Wrestling presents One Night Only, Joker's Wild 2, premiering Friday, May 9th. As we open the line for questions in a moment, each of you will have the opportunity to ask one question of Eddie Edwards or Davey Richards to begin. If time remains after the first round of questions, we will open back up for a second round. Operator, we are ready to now open the line.
Your first question comes from the line of Adam Devim with VT Journal.
Good evening, Eddie. Good evening, Davey.
How are you?
Yeah, great, thanks. Adam here from VT Journal in the UK. First of all, congratulations on the tag team titles and the impact that you've made since joining TNA. Already fan favourites, so well done on that.
Thank you very much.
My question really is obviously at Joker's World 2, there's the reformation of Beer Money, and most would not argue with you if you said that they were one of the greatest TNA tag team of all time. But my question is, if you could bring back any other tag team, whether it be from TNA or from any period, to face you for the titles, who would it be? And that's to both of you separately.
We wrestled Generation Me before, and I think I speak for Davey too that I would love to do that again anytime, anywhere. They're great guys, and I think we could do some magic in the ring.
Your next question comes from the line of Joshua Madaberi with the American Magazine.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good, how you doing?
Yeah, doing really well. First question is, you've been in Ring of Honor, you had a stint in NXT. How would you compare your spells so far in TNA to your spells in NXT and in Ring of Honor?
Well, NXT wasn't a long thing. It was kind of in and out there, so it's hard to compare anything. We were there for just a week and one taping, so we can't compare those. Ring of Honor, it's just schedule-wise and style-wise, it's a whole different ball game here. We're on the road a lot more. We're working on the TV shows all the time. But Ring of Honor, it was just a couple times a month or a few times a month, so we're in the ring a lot more and we're on TV a lot more, so that's been a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. And you mentioned already two great tag teams, Motor City Machine Guns and Generation Me. How would you say the state of tag team wrestling is in TNA at the moment?
Well, right now I pretty much think that, no pun intended, but we're at a genesis, we're at a starting over period as far as tag team wrestling, and I understand people have been kind of down about the amount of tag teams in TNA, but I can tell you that's being remedied as we speak, and the tag team seems really, really getting ready to pick up, and we're just really happy to be at the forefront of it. So it's good things are coming. Just stay tuned.
And I think the fact that there aren't a lot of tag teams around, it just shows how special tag team wrestling is. So we're looking forward to bringing that back.
No, definitely. And I must say, on a personal note, you two are one of my favourite tag teams. And again, like you just mentioned, it's great having you guys leading the way in TNA.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're very happy to be doing it.
Thank you very much.
Your next question comes from the line of Ethan Mash with Wrestle, Hustle, Australia.
Good day, Eddie and Davey. Great to speak with you. I'd just like to continue on from that last question about tag team wrestling in general, and just like to ask you what you think tag team wrestling is like in the modern landscape, and just specifically get your thoughts on how you think it's perceived in comparison to 15, maybe 20 years ago. Do you think the fans still view tag team wrestling as a cornerstone to success, or hold it in a light of prestige or quality anymore?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, maybe even more so now than ever, because so many great singles wrestlers have started out as tag teams. You know, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, James Storm. You know, all these guys were once tag wrestlers and now successful single wrestlers. So it's not only an entity in and of itself, but it's also a platform for future single stars. So I think it's very much important, very much looked upon with respect and dignity.
Yeah, great stuff. Just one last quick question, if I may. You were booked to wrestle in Western Australia some time ago, I believe, to my knowledge, and had unfortunately not come. Is there any chance we will see the Wolves touch down on Australian shores in the near future?
Man, we would love to. That's one trip that we were very sad that we had to cancel on, because we were really looking forward to that one.
Yeah, you can honestly say me and Eddie been lucky enough to wrestle all over the world, and except for, and the one place we want to go to the most is Australia. So I'm giving you the elbow right now, brother. You can hopefully make that happen.
Well, we look forward to seeing you down here, and it was great speaking with you. Thank you for your time today.
Thanks for the support, man.
Your next question comes from David Gilbert with Talk TN Top.
Hello, yeah, Dave Gilbert here from the Talk TNA podcast. Thanks for talking with us today, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, like you said, you've wrestled all over the world. I know you've wrestled in the UK before joining TNA, but you were part of the last UK tour in the TNA. Thoughts on wrestling in the UK? Are the crowds different? Obviously, maybe a bit larger, but you guys have fun in the UK?
Well, I had a blast, I know that.
Eddie had too much fun in the UK. I've always loved, a little known fact, I was actually getting ready to move over to the UK before I got signed with TNA, and just because I always, love it over there so much, and I usually make it a point to come over there for a few weeks to a month every year, just to experience the culture and experience the wrestling, and I've always loved the UK scene, the UK fans, so it's, as far as I'm concerned, UK's better.
Yeah, I think for us it was starting off with a bang with TNA by joining the UK tour as our first, tour on the road with the company. So we had a blast. It's always fun over there.
That's great. And just seeing you and recently, obviously, having matches back and forth with the Bromans, we've really enjoyed those matches. Has it been a lot of fun, like, working with them in the ring? Because it looked like it's been good fun with the Bromans.
They're very talented guys, and very underrated guys, I think, in the ring as far as what they can do. They're very eccentric and very exciting outside the ring, but inside the ring, they're just as good as the promos they cut outside of it.
Oh, that's great. Thanks, guys. You guys keep up the good work, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your next question comes from Michael DeSouza.
Good afternoon. Oh, good evening, should I say. Thank you for spending the time with us this evening. In my opinion, TNA has had the most consistent and arguably the better tag team roster over the last number of years. We've already mentioned teams such as Beer Money and Motor City Machine Guns. We've already said that the state of the tag team division is, well, you said it's a genesis, it's rebuilding. Would you rather prefer, like, those former teams such as Beer Money and Motor City Machine Guns to come back for you to feud with, or would you prefer the challenge of a new team to come in so you could try and build their credibility?
Well, I mean, for us, facing a Beer Money and Motor City Machine Guns is a new challenge. But we're open. We say it in promos, and we say it because we're open to any challenge. So there's some new teams that are forming. There's some old teams that could possibly be brought back, and the landscape's wide open. We have an open contract. Hopefully,
the more the merrier, really.
Okay. And do you think that it hurts the division to have, like, throw-together teams, as in teams that are just made up primarily of singles wrestlers that just come together, and then when they've lost the titles, that's it?
There's no real teams anymore. There's not a lot of heart foundations or brain busters out there. You know, that's why me and Eddie have always, we've always stood out, because even though we've had single success and single runs in other countries and other companies, we've always considered ourselves tag team wrestlers and a team first and foremost. So I think that's why we stand above the rest when it comes to tag team wrestling.
And the thing with throwing two guys together, it just depends on how it meshes, how the guys click together.
Yeah.
Me and Davey were singles guys before we tagged, and when we tagged, it clicked, and the rest is history. So who knows who the next team could be out there.
Well, I certainly respect that, and I loved your work when you came to the UK, so thank you very much, boys.
Thank you.
Your next question is from Joshua Marterberry with The American Magazine.
Hi guys again. You've mentioned some great current tag teams that TNA have had in the not too distant past. But the pair of you, when growing up, who were some of the wrestlers that you enjoyed watching growing up, influenced you to get into the sport of professional wrestling?
I'm sure it's hard to believe, but the British Bulldogs, Dynamite Kid, Davey Boy Smith, Hard Foundation, Shawn Michaels. Of course, I was a Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior fan. Guys like that.
Yeah, I was a really big Sid Vicious fan. I really liked his work, and he really had a major influence on me. And Crush, I liked Crush because he had such a powerful figure, and I liked Zeus. I liked the bad guys. That was always guys that really really inspired me. On top of the British Bulldogs, but those guys really made me want to just really make it go with this wrestling thing.
Definitely. And you just mentioned you were both single competitors before you started teaming together. How did you start teaming together? What was it that made you two come together as a tag team?
Eddie actually had to borrow a pair of my tights because he went out drinking and forgot his, and they fit. And if the shoe fits, wear it. And we were over in Japan, and I said, we started talking. I never really talked to him before that. And we just started talking about, tights and kick pads and knee pads. And then I eventually went to wrestling, and we just we had everything in common and just been running with it.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Your next question comes from the line of Alex Berry with TNAnews.com.
Hey, guys. How you doing today?
Hey, man.
Good. How you doing?
Good. I want to get your thoughts on your first reign as TNA Tag Team Champions. Did you think it got the recognition it deserved?
It is what it is, man. I thought we were fully supported when we won the titles, and it wasn't on a national stage in the sense that it wasn't on live television or pay-per-view, but we were treated with respect by our fans, and unfortunately it didn't last very long because we flew to Japan shortly thereafter, and we didn't get pinned. It's the rules of the match, but we knew it was only a matter of time until we were going to be on the big stage, and those titles on the line, get them back, and we did that, and now we're in for a lengthy reign.
And I think the fact that we won it on a live event kind of makes those events unique, and people from the outside will want to go and be a part because you never know what's going to happen.
Right.
Titles are changing hands, and shenanigans ensue.
Mm-hmm. All right, thanks, guys. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again, if you would like to ask a question, please press star, then the number 1 on your telephone keypad. Your next question comes from the line of Mike McGrath-Bryan with Resurrection Magazine.
How's it going, lads?
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Not too bad at all, lads. First of all, congratulations on your recent success on signing with TNA Wrestling and bringing a completely different dimension to the TNA Tag Team division, really kind of helping rejuvenating it and bringing a kind of stronger style back to kind of national television.
Thank you very much.
Thank you kindly. I suppose a lot of kind of general questions have been asked, so I'll go out on a limb with a bit more general of a question. The two of you are both, as a singles and as a tag team, seasoned veterans of various tours of Japan. How would you compare the different promotions that you've toured with, the likes of Pro Wrestling Noah, to the new Wrestle 1? And how would you compare the general systems of Pro-Resu, Japanese Pro-Resu, to the U.S. style?
Well, Eddie, it's kind of two separate questions. Because me and Eddie actually, for the better part of our Japanese career, worked for two different companies. But I guess I'll start. I worked for New Japan primarily. I did a little bit of Noah, but Wrestle One's a great company. I really think they're going to merge as a major player in the Japanese wrestling scene. You know, they have all the keys there, and they have new exciting guys, and they have a familiar yet different spin on a familiar approach to their presentation of wrestling. And as far as American and Japanese style, it's really apples and oranges. You know, like and it's always been that way. Japanese plays more of a sport element, whereas America plays more of an entertainment element. But both people on both sides of the Pacific are extremely talented and good at what they do. So it's a win-win.
Yeah, for myself, you know, and for Davey, I think we look forward to wrestling for Wrestle One again. We enjoyed our time over there. It was, you know, brief, but hopefully we get to go over there for a longer stint next time and really get to sink our teeth into the product that is Wrestle One.
We have a follow-up question from Michael De Souza.
Hi again. Just wanted to just ask you about your trial that you had with WWE. You know, Davey, you went on record to say that it wasn't for you. You didn't like the system. You preferred the TNA as a company and to work for. Does that, you know, in a couple of years' time, when you kind of look at the situation, look at what you've done in TNA, do you rule out going over to the other side?
I mean, you never say never, man. But you know, that's a long ways away. We had a whole lot of titles to win, a whole lot of great matches to have in TNA, and we're happy to be in TNA and just focus on that right now. But you know, you never know the future. I get hit by a bus today. It could happen, especially the way these people in Florida are driving. You never know.
And he jaywalks quite a bit.
And I jaywalk quite a bit, and you know, Eddie can't remember where he lives half the time, so you never know. But right now we're in TNA. We're extremely happy there. It's a perfect fit. So we're just concentrating on that right now, man.
So from where we're concerned, we're going to be seeing you in TNA for a long time.
If they'll have it, we'll be there.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Again, to ask a question, star, then the number 1. Your next question comes from the line of Sébastien with Wrestle Radio.
Hi, everybody. I'm happy to be there with you for my first live conference. So I would like to know if you see any difference between the European crowd and the American crowd.
Yeah. You know, I noticed the Europeans, they wear tank tops a lot more than the Americans, which is always weird to me because it's colder over there. So, like, I think it's a Nordic thing. You know, like, Vikings and Nordic people are just tough as nails. And Americans, I mean, let's be honest, a lot of them are sissies. So I always wondered that, and they always have cooler haircuts. So, like, you guys are tougher than us, and you look better than us. So that kind of pisses me off, to be honest with you. But other than that, no, I love going over there, man. I'm going to go to Germany, France, and England. And I've been wrestling in Barcelona, which is amazing. But yeah, I don't get the tank top thing. And then I guess everyone's tougher than me, which, you know, I'm angry. I'm angry right now. But other than that, I love you guys.
Davey, settle down.
Okay, thank you.
Again, if you would like to ask a question, please press star, then the number 1 on your telephone keypad. Again, that is star, then the number 1 on your telephone keypad. And again, ladies and gentlemen, we are now opening it up for a second round of questions. If you'll please press star, then the number 1 on your telephone keypad to ask your second question. Your next question comes from the line of Ethan Mash with Wrestle Hustle Australia.
Hey guys, back again. I think I can speak for everyone on the line today when I say that you both are one of the most exciting teams to watch in the ring. I personally love your work. What drives you both to push the envelope of synchronization in your work, of innovation in the ring?
We're a tag team. You know, someone earlier brought up that a lot of tag teams nowadays all over the world are just two singles guys. You know, and I'm sure any one of those singles guys is talented in their own right, but being a team is a whole different element. You know, and as Eddie knows, Larry Bird didn't win championships. The Boston Celtics won championships, but not the GD Sonics. We're a team, man, and we think as a team. It's not about Davey Richards or Eddie Edwards. It's about the Wolves first and foremost, and so that's why I think we kind of our timing is there. And plus, it's like Eddie said before, it's natural chemistry. Some names just aren't, some names just aren't. And we always just had, since day one, we just clicked. Since I let Eddie borrow my tights, and ever since then, we just roll with it.
Tag team wrestling is a specialty. It's something that, you can't force it. You put two guys together, you can't force them to tag and be a good team. But when I borrowed Davey's tights, it was meant to be, and we go on from there.
Yeah, brilliant. And no doubt we're going to see some of this chemistry and innovation in your upcoming ladder match on Impact. With that being said, what can we expect from the Wolves in 2014?
Reign supreme.
Yeah, man. Just, we made it's not about what we did in the past, but, we made a name for ourselves, stealing the show and, and taking innovation to a new level and, putting tag team wrestling on the map wherever we wrestle, whether it's been in the Indies or Japan, England, wherever. And, we're here to do that on a national level now in the big leagues with TNA. So it's just going to keep doing what we've always done and just crank the volume up.
We've continuously set goals for ourselves, and we go on and do it over and over and over.
And over.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Yeah. I look forward to a great year for the Wolves, and thank you so much again for your time. It was great to speak with you.
You too, appreciate it.
Your next question is a follow-up from David Gilbert.
Dave Gilbert here, Talk TNA podcast. Look, the world wants to know, bro. Let's get real for a minute. What on earth prompted you, and how much heat did you get for dyeing your hair blonde?
I lost a bet because Eddie didn't think that I could drink a whole glass of milk without throwing up, and I threw up everywhere.
It was a big glass.
Yeah, it was a really big glass, and I couldn't do it because I don't drink beer, so I drink milk because that's what Arnold told me to do. But then I found out that Arnold's Austrian, and they don't like Americans, so he lied to me. So when I get done with TNA, I'm going to move to California and try to kick his ass. So I had to get my hair dyed, not yellow or blonde, but pee-pee colored, because I lost the bet. Everyone laughed at me.
We made it rust.
Yeah.
We're all going to laugh at you.
And everyone's laughing at me, especially Arnold. So I'm angry about that, too.
Well, I can tell you that my wife thought it was great. So you got one person that thought it was okay.
Oh, there you go. See, your wife's a good lady. A fine lady. Not like Eddie Edwards.
No, yeah, okay. Anyway, thanks, guys. See you around.
Thanks, man.
Thanks. Not a fine lady.
Your next question comes from the line of Adam Devane.
Hi there, guys, again. It was just about your introduction into TNA. Obviously, you appeared ahead of the MVP storyline, but I'm just curious as to how you came about to be in TNA. I mean, who was it who approached you? Who's the guy can we credit with bringing the Wolves to Impact?
Dave Lagana.
We worked with him in ROH for a couple of years, and we've been in contact, and he's always had our back, and he was the one that reached out to us.
Yeah, and Dave Lagana, and then we talked to John Gabir shortly thereafter, and it was just very facilitated, and we were very excited about it, and all the credit goes to Dave Lagana.
Right. Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
Your next question comes from Sébastien.
My question is simple. How do you think you will fit in the X division?
I think we'll fit great. We adapt to any style that we're put in, and so no matter who we wrestle, we're gonna bring out the best in ourselves and our opponents. So the X division is no different.
Yeah, we'll do great in the X division, and then I personally have a goal to conquer the Y division. Not so much concerned with the Z division, but the Y is the big one I'm really, really shooting for that I've been training hard, and I think I got a shot in 2015 with your guys' support. If you guys believe, then I believe, and when we believe, things happen. So thanks, buddy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Your next question comes from James Marston with Across the Pond Wrestling.
Hi, guys. Nice to speak to you today. How's it going?
Hey, man. How are you?
Good. My question is, you've both been over here in the UK and Europe as a whole, both with TNA and with various companies in the UK and Germany and other places like that. I was wondering how you found the experience and if there was any wrestlers over here in the UK that have caught your eye and you'd like to see perhaps move up to a bigger level in the US with TNA or any other company over there.
Yeah, I mean, oh my God, I was going to move to UK, so that's how much I love it. There's a lot of great guys. I mean, look at the guys already in TNA. They're English. You got Magnus, and his work speaks for itself. And there's a lot of really incredible talent over here.
Zack Sabre Jr.
Zack Sabre, yeah. And I personally think Dave Mastiff is just incredible.
Yeah.
So, and we were there last time. Bad Bones from Germany got a shot, and he's incredible, and he obviously impressed. So the sky's the limit. I mean, it really is. There's so many good wrestlers coming out of there now, and I'm glad. I hope to see them all in TNA and on the national stage because they deserve it.
Yeah, for so many guys, it's just the right place at the right time. They need to get seen and get the opportunity on the big stage, and then go on from there because there's so many great talents out there.
That's great. Thanks for your time today, guys.
Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you. See you later.
See you.
There are no additional questions at this time. I'll turn it back over to Jessica.
Thank you all for your questions and the participation in the call today. A reminder that One Night Only Joker's Wild 2 premieres this Friday, May 9th. I hope you all have a great day.
Thank you. This concludes today's conference. You may now disconnect. Speakers, please hold the line.
Donc voici la fin de cette conférence call spéciale avec les Wolves, à laquelle donc Sébastien a participé comme vous avez pu l'entendre. On espère que vous avez apprécié. N'hésitez pas à réagir sur tous les supports, notre Facebook WSS Radio entre parenthèses officiel, à Twitter @WSS Radio, sur le forum Wrestle, et puis sur éventuellement notre adresse mail aussi wssradio@gmail.com. Voilà. Merci. Au revoir.